my name is Olga Sirbu. I'm a board-certified behavior analyst and licensed behavior analyst. And in this video, I'll talk about a sensitive but important topic: autism and restraints. While this subject is often avoided, is one that we need to discuss openly and honestly to promote understanding, compassion, and proper care. But before we start, as always, I would like to encourage you to give a like on this video and hit the subscribe button below so you can benefit from weekly information on the subject of autism. The subject of restraints is not new to me, and everything I will express in this video comes from my personal experience. I believe restraints are sometimes necessary in extreme situations when someone is at risk of harming themselves or others. For individuals with autism, this may happen during a severe meltdown where they lose control of their body and behavior. But here's the key: restraints should always be an absolute last resort. When used properly, restraints can save lives. However, when done incorrectly or excessively, they can escalate situations, cause physical harm, and lead to long-lasting emotional trauma. It's a fine line, and the focus should always be on safety, respect, and dignity. To truly grasp the impact of restraints, we need to move beyond a neurotypical perspective and understand how it feels for the autistic individual. During a meltdown, they may have no control over their body or behavior, which is a terrifying and vulnerable experience. One autistic individual described it as feeling powerless, embarrassed, and degraded. Imagine being restrained in a public place like a mall where everyone is watching. Instead of seeing an autistic person in distress, people may assume they're witnessing a criminal or someone on drugs, further escalating the situation and putting the person at risk. Even more challenging is the emotional impact of how restraints are implemented. Many autistic individuals report hearing and understanding everything being said during a meltdown, even if they can't respond. Yelling, sarcasm, or degrading comments in those moments can cause deep emotional damage. Instead of intimidation, what's needed is calmness and reassurance. An autistic individual expressed the thought that when the restraints are implemented by a trusted loved one, the fear and embarrassment may be less because there's an understanding of intent. However, even loved ones need to use proper techniques to avoid causing harm or escalating the situation. For example, laying on someone to restrain them can restrict breathing, and overstretching arms can risk physical injury. When it comes to professionals, the situation gets more complicated. In settings like schools or centers, autistic individuals may not have built the same trust as with a loved one. Restraints in those environments can feel more intimidating, especially if they are used excessively or for convenience rather than safety concerns. What I consider crucial during a restraint is privacy. Being restrained in a public place like a mall or crowded parking lot can be humiliating and dangerous. If possible, individuals should be moved to a less visible and safer space before being restrained. In situations like a car parking in a private area can minimize embarrassment and help de-escalate the situation. What every caretaker and therapist should not do is punish someone for needing to be restrained. A meltdown is not a moral failing, it's a medical episode. Just like you wouldn't punish someone for having seizure, you shouldn't punish someone for behaviors during a meltdown. Don't forget the emotional impact. Restraints are traumatizing enough without adding shame or punishment afterward. After a meltdown, individuals need soothing, whether that's through quiet time, support from a trusted person, or other calming methods. Key points to consider and have in mind during a restraints are: restraints should only be used when all other options have failed and the individual or others are in immediate danger. When possible, caretakers and therapists should move the individual to a safe and private location to minimize humiliation and ensure dignity. Even if the person appears unresponsive during a restraint, assume they can hear and understand you. Avoid yelling, sarcasm, or degrading comments. Speak calmly and reassuring. Proper training is essential to ensure that restraints are used safely and do not cause physical harm. Techniques like pinning someone to the ground or overstretching their arms should be avoided. After the individual has calmed down, offer support and comfort. Let them process what happened without judgment or punishment. That being said, restraints are a difficult topic because they involve movements of extreme, vulnerable, and distressing person. For autistic individuals, meltdowns are not choices. They are a result of overwhelming stress, anxiety, or sensory overload. Restraint should never be about control or convenience, but about keeping everyone safe when there is no other option. If you're a caregiver, professional, or a loved one supporting someone with autism, remember to approach this situation with empathy, respect, and a commitment to doing what's best for the individual. Thank you for watching and listening. If you found this video helpful or have thoughts to share, please leave a comment below. Take care and see you in the next video.